Hello, everybody, and this is Tamara Rothenberg here in Empowering Woman. I wanted to talk about how to get rid of, how to deal with the toxic relationship in your life. Because sometimes with friends, you can, if it's a really, really toxic relationship, you can get rid of it. But sometimes you cannot, and you have to deal with it. And the fact that we deal that every single day, because we always will have somebody or some parents or your in-laws or that we identify as toxic. Because we don't have that peace inside. We don't feel that peace inside all the time, and we need to deal with that in our own lives. And sometimes as we grow, and it happened to me that as I grow, and I found myself a little bit more, and I know the things I like and the things I don't like, because I was raised in a way, and then I identified, no, this is not who I really am. I really like this, and I need to put my foot down for this and that. Once you identify that, you need to understand why you have these toxic relationships in your life. Why you have so many friends or family members that are toxic, or that you were dealing with the toxic people and that start affecting you so much. And we tend to say, no, these are toxic people, it's nothing to do with me. And you know what? Something that I found with my experience, and sometimes even if you don't believe it, once you understand the toxic people in your life, you understand that it's also something in you. It's like a mirroring in some way. Someone in your flaws, or maybe in some way you need that toxic person, or you needed that toxic person in your life. And it sounds crazy, but in some way we were lacking something, or we're still lacking something, or we still have that toxic inside of us that we need to repair. And once we work on that and we fix that internally, we can start, distance ourselves from the toxic people that live around us or that we are dealing with. It's not, I don't want to say that it's like our fault in a way, but something is inside you that you tend to be with these toxic people in your life. So, and that's the first thing that I want that you keep in mind. The second thing that I want that you keep in mind is understand those toxic relationships, depending on who it is. If it's your family, if it's your in-laws, your parents, your siblings, understand why for you that person is toxic, or in which way, like in which situation they become toxic to you. But I believe you can relate to people, and there is some situations that you cannot deal with. And I'm talking about here normal relationships, not that the ones that are abused in extreme. That's another topic, and I think that's a separate video. I just want to talk normal people that you deal with that are toxic for you in general, or a toxic friendship that I talked about last time. Why, in which way it's affecting you. So, and in which way that person is toxic, and why you think that person is toxic. Because sometimes, because we don't understand the person and the person background and the person, let's say, is self-esteem or we deal with many personalities these days. We deal with narcissistic people, we deal with people that have a degree of mental issues, and we all face through that. We all have something that we have inside. And we need to be compassionate of all those people too. And compassionate with ourselves, or as we want other people to be compassionate with us as well. We need to be compassionate because we don't understand a person for his cover. So we need to understand why that person is toxic in the first place, because it might be toxic with everybody. And once we understand that, we start feeling compassion, and we say, okay, this person is like this, and it's not something against me. It's just the way this person is. And if I have to relate to this person, to keep myself in a peace mode, I'm going to do this and that, distance myself, or talk less with this person, depending who or she is. And I can deal with it in a certain level. So also dealing in that certain level that will give me myself a peace, that's what I'm looking for. Once you find yourself with peace and you start putting your boundaries, which is very, very important to have healthy relationships, then you will find your peace, and you won't judge these people in your life even. You won't judge. And the first thing that we do, because we all do it, I'm not avoiding anything, we tend to judge to the person because it bothers us, it hurt us, and we say, no, this person is crazy, or this person is super toxic, I don't like them. Try to understand that person put in those shoes. I'm not saying that you agree with this person is doing, but at least you understand the situation, and then you try to distance yourself as much as you can. Maybe you cannot, because if it's a family member, you will see this person over and over and over again. Your illness, but because you're going to see these people, you have to ask yourself, why I have to see these people in my life? What this is a test for me, and how this can make me grow. It can make me see what is the best situation or the best way that I can deal with this kind of people. And understanding that is not easy. It's not easy. It's difficult, and we all need to start from that. And I realize in my life, I have to deal with many kind of relationships, or toxic, more toxic, less toxic. And then when I understand the person, what is going through, and then I understand it's not something about me, it's something about the person, I start completely change my outcome to this person. And even though I cannot change this person, maybe I can change it, I can make them see, but sometimes you cannot. You start to distance yourself as long as you can, and as long as it's a safety relationship. And well, that's what I really found out, and that's the tips that I wanted to give you today. Have a great week, and talk to you soon.